From defeating the Germans in 2 world wars to the protracted Cold War and now terrorism, MI5 has until now kept its operations as far from public view as possible. But with the new book come revelations contained in 400,000 files. There was one kept on Labor Prime Minister Harold Wilson. Several Labor MPs were suspected of working for the Russians. So too was the union leader Jack Jones. He always denied it, but the files detail alleged contacts.
No way! You're blocking the football. Right, arrest him, Denny.
Miners' union leader Arthur Scargill was also targeted. The then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher wanted more surveillance of so-called union troublemakers.
We took the responsibilities of the service very seriously, and we did review many of those files that had been created by our predecessors and destroyed them on the grounds that they hadn't rigorously enough thought about what subversion was.
The organisation sometimes had to resist political pressures to spy on opponents.
It's the politicians, in particular the governments, and it doesn't matter whether it's a Labour government or a Conservative government, hyperventilate over the problem of communist subversion in Britain. Refer it to MI5, who more often than not takes a more balanced view than the government.
The agency also had to fend off attacks from their own, including former agent Peter Wright, who moved to Tasmania and published Spycatcher in the 1980s, after a young lawyer, Malcolm Turnbull, beat the British government attempts to suppress it. Professor Andrew thinks Wright's attacks were baseless and came from a man who was mentally unstable. It may not be as glamorous as the TV series depict, but these pictures of covert training are real. So too the photos of IRA and Al-Qaeda suspects. Not everything, of course, is on show. There are secrets that remain just that. Philip Williams, ABC News, London.